As a juvenile, Magician broke his maiden at the Curragh in impressive fashion.
And now Magician opens up a length and a half lead of in second place Bunerigan with the Live Alive O, and as they race up towards the finish, Magician now drawing on and opening up a 6-7 length advantage and throwing right away now as they run up towards the finish. It's another one for Joseph O'Brien, extending his lead in the championship, wins by 7 lengths.
First out as a 3-year-old, he stepped up to 1 mile and 5/8 for the D Stakes.
Magician on the outside has moved through the lead and quickened. Contributor is in second place. A shake of the wand, the rivals disappear. Magician, just like yesterday, gallops off. Another smart performance from an Aidan O'Brien horse. Magician won the D Stakes.
Deja vu. Yesterday it was Ruler of the World, today Magician. Ryan Moore easing both colts out into the middle of the home straight at Chester. And boy, how they flew. And this one, possibly more emphatically and with a sharper turn of foot at a shorter distance than his stable companion yesterday. Ryan Moore's comparison between the two will be most revealing.
Well, equally impressive, Graham. And arguably, you could say a slightly stronger or more promising field dismissed with the same authority and perhaps just a little bit more basic pace than yesterday's winner.
Yeah, this was really impressive. And look at that straightforwardness. His head is bowed low, he's really honest, and he's accelerated right away from a well-regarded horse who was already rated 99, and he's trounced it.
He's a beautifully balanced horse. We'll get another look at him again in a minute or two. The way he uses himself.
Kilmore parking their tanks on the Chester lawns at the moment. They'll be parking them at Epsom. But Rishi is with Ryan again.
Brian, he looked very impressive to us. What were your thoughts on this performance today?
Yeah, he felt like a very nice horse. He's real relaxed going around there. Similar to that yesterday, when you ask him, he really took him very well. He's plenty of pace.
Is there any way that you would compare both of them?
Two different types of horses, but they're both good ones.
Well, read between the lines, if you will. My reading of that was that Ryan Moore was slightly more complimentary about Magician than he was about Ruler of the World.
Chester happens to be my favorite English racetrack to look for horses to come to America because of its sharp turns. If you can handle those turns at Chester. So I'm always looking at horses that run well at that track for athleticism, for speed, and the ability to convert that into American-style racing.
While Ruler of the World went on to win the Epsom Derby, Magician dropped back to 1 mile for the Irish 2000 Guineas and ran out an emphatic winner.
It's Magician who comes through to take it up now from Trading Leather, and then Gale Force 10 and First Cornerstone as they race inside the final furlong. It's Magician and Joseph O'Brien out in front. Gale Force 10 running on well. Trading Leather is next up to the line. It's Magician who's going to win it. Magician, a 9th Irish Guineas for Aidan O'Brien.
Another superb ride from Joseph, and a very confident one as well. I mean, he won like a really good horse.
Yeah, Joe said he felt real good. Yeah, they went a strong gallop. From halfway, he let him stride on, and he said he went to the line real strong, So he's a very exciting horse, Tracy.
Yeah, real classic-looking fella as well, and nothing seems to faze him.
No, beautiful horse, lovely head and big ears and great behind on him. He's built like a real miler, but obviously he stays further than a mile.
A freak accident saw him miss much of the season, but Magician again showed his class and devastating turn of foot off a nearly 5-month layoff in the Breeders' Cup Turf.
Magician is trying to come late. It's the Fugue in front, close to home. On the far outside, Magician with a late bid, and Magician runs down the Fugue. The Fugue looked good in mid-stretch, but it took some magic to beat her. Magician and Ryan Moore did it.
For an inexperienced horse to come around here, he's only been here a couple of days, and he showed he has an awful lot of class.
What an achievement to get a horse to win the Breeders' Cup Turf, going 12 furlongs off a 5-month layoff. But of course, you have to have a willing accomplice, that O'Brien did in Magician. The Magician ran tremendous in the Breeders' Cup Turf. He came from way out of it. I mean, way out of it. And he inhaled the Fugue in the late stages of that race. Absolutely inhaled her, and we all know how good she is. Just a remarkable performance off a 5-month layoff to win a race like that. Magic indeed.
The Fugue had a very nice trip. Got the jump on the Magician. The turf there, usually Santa Anita, usually favors horses that are more forwardly placed, and it's not easy to make up that much ground that Magician made up 14 lengths back midway through the race. Granted, the pace was hot, but it's always hot in Santa Anita, the pace. And still, to find the room and to get clear and to run down a horse the quality of the Fugue says a lot about Magician.
When he came charging down the stretch the way he did, I mean, that was an amazing stretch run, the way he picked it up. and caught a very good horse as well. So I just think that it was an incredible training job by Aidan O'Brien, and also it was a tremendous performance by the horse. The fact that the Fugue, ran a winning race in that race, and the fact that he was able to run her down, coming from the clouds. I mean, coming from that far back on that turf course, to me was just a tremendous performance.
The excellent effort saw him rated a lofty 128 points by Timeform. Magician boasts a pedigree to match his race record and good looks.
Magician is bred on a version of the Galileo Danehill cross. It's been one of the most phenomenally successful crosses of recent times. It's got a remarkable strike rate. Obviously the most significant horse bred on that cross is Frankel, but it also produced Teofilo, who say is off to a fantastic start as a stallion. Intello, French Derby winner, who's a popular young stallion in Europe. And Magician is bred on that cross, and it's obviously not only a racehorse producing one, but it's a stallion producing one. Magician comes from a very fast family. His dam is by a champion sprinter, Mozart. Unfortunately, he's a son of Danehill, who unfortunately died after a year at stud, but did get an extremely fast horse in that crop, Amadeus Wolf. The mare herself, the dam of Magician, was a sprint stakes winner and graded stakes place sprinting. The second dam is also by a champion sprinter. And it's a fast family. In the immediate family, there are 3 Grade 1 winning 2-year-olds, and 2 of those are by Sadler's Wells, the grandsire of Magician.
We all know Galileo. We all know his horses are tops everywhere they run, and he's turned into one of the most dominant stallions in the world. But if you're looking for a reason why the American breeders also might want to breed to a horse like Magician, is the fact that Absolutely Fabulous, the dam, had so much speed. She was a sprinter. She won at 6 furlongs, she won at 5 furlongs. Her sire, Mozart, had a tremendous amount of speed himself, and he's inbred to Rebo through His Majesty and Graustark, who are 2 of the biggest class influences in America.
And I think by common consent, Galileo is the world's leading sire. He's taken over that mantle from his sire, Sadler's Wells. He's not only is he a great sire, but he's fast becoming a really important sire of sires. Already, 6 of his sons have sired group or graded winners. That includes New Approach, who had 2 classic winners in his first crop. Teofilo, who's become a prolific sire of graded stakes winners. So, I mean, off to just a can't-miss sire of sire start.
Magician, multiple Grade 1 winner by Galileo. New for 2015 at Ashford.